Hey, what's up? It's Monday, Lezzismore, and this week, for me, is gonna be like 3 different topics in one because I've missed several weeks recently, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm not gonna give you any excuses, just school, life. I'm sorry. Schmoo! I watched your video and I loved it because I recently got a guitar too. One of my professors for my creative and effective development class told us to go and get an instrument and learn how to play it. I chose the electric guitar. What else was I gonna choose, you know? I don't know how to tune it. I mean, I kind of tried to tune it a couple times, but it doesn't really sound right still. One day I spent several hours, so the only reason I know anything is because I spent several hours this one day doing it. My fingers got so sore, and I developed calluses pretty quick. I practiced for a little bit each day after that, and then I haven't for several days again. Everybody tells you build up calluses. They feel like, have you ever stuck your finger in wax, and then there's like this little bulb of wax covering the tip of your finger? That's what it felt like. And now they're peeling. I only know kind of 2-3 chords. I know 3 chords. I knew them pretty well when I first did it. I don't know if that sounded right because I don't know if my guitar's in tune. And I learned like 1 bar chord. I don't even know if it's a right bar chord. I just saw this girl playing on. Here's some of my practicing. We were supposed to do a movie trailer for our life, and I really wanted to have fun with this one. Monette came up with this awesome idea, and it's something right up my alley. I love this kind of creative stuff. I just haven't been able to really do what I wanted to do with it. So instead of a trailer, I'm just gonna give you a kind of montage of my life. Best day of my life was the day that my daughter was born.
There's the belly, right before we go in. Dilated to 1. You feeling okay? She's listening to music to keep her calm. It's adorable. She looks a lot like you did when you were a baby, when you were born. Your nose. Hi. Getting little Lila ready to go home.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Lila loves great-great-grandma.
Sweet little angel.
When I was 17, I was really stupid. I was doing some things I shouldn't have been doing. I guess I was naive in some ways, but the thing is, as I was doing stupid things, I knew they were stupid. I was involved with some kind of bad people at some points, and I knew I was being taken advantage of. I knew this and that. So I wasn't naive. I just naive in the sense that I knew everything that was going on. I'm a very aware person. I'm aware of a lot, and I'm very intuitive. I've always been that way, and it's not like I didn't know what was going on. I was just, I had a really screwed up mentality. I was working at Hooters. I was a hostess until I turned 18. Funny because, you know, I always knew Joan Jett for I Love Rock and Roll. And I remember I was working at Hooters one day and that song came on and I started jamming out. Pre-Jet Head days, 10 years ago almost. And somebody had mentioned something about her that kind of caught my attention. And I might have looked her up on Ask Jeeves. Does anybody remember Ask Jeeves? I might have done that, but I didn't really. It was whatever. But I remember that. I remember them saying something about her back when I was 17. I was cleaning the windows and that song came on. I was dancing and somebody said, "Oh, Joan Jett, da 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 da," and so I remember that. It's really funny that I remember that moment. I can remember little things. Schmooze topic is this week. It's about gay clubs. I have been to straight clubs, I've been to gay clubs, and I've been to lesbian clubs. I don't really like clubs. When I was 17, my friend Lindsay and I used to go to the clubs all the time. We snuck into all the clubs. We knew people at the radio station in Tallahassee, and they used to get us into all the clubs. One club I couldn't get into until I was 18 was Brothers, which was the gay club. And so, when I turned 18 at midnight, July 20th at midnight, or it was actually July 19th, but I turned 18 at midnight, Lindsay and I went to Brothers, and I went legally, and it was awesome. And that was my favorite club in Tallahassee, back in my clubbing days. When I was in Atlanta, I went to clubs sometimes, but not so much. The gay clubs and lesbian clubs. In Atlanta, there are 2 lesbian bars, Bellissima and MSR. They're all right. MSR, very cliquey. Very, very cliquey, and a lot of drama. I don't like drama. So the couple times that I did go there, I kind of just like, I don't know. I hate cliquey. I do not like cliquey girls. I don't like mean girls. And there seems to be a lot of that. I know that probably because, you know, lesbian bars. Bellissima had more older lesbians, so it was kind of more mellow and chill and cool. But MSR are a lot of young, catty, just cliquey girls, and it's annoying. I don't like that. I was never in any kind of cliques in high school or anything, and I don't really get along with the popular girls, and so I'm kind of a outsider, and so I don't really fit in well in clubs. And then straight clubs, ugh, never liked them. Back when my friend Lindsay and I used to sneak into them, anytime a guy would like come up and try and dance with me, I would just look at him and then walk away. I just hated it. Have a great week, everybody.